I think it's actually going, even though it doesn't say it's going. Good evening, everyone. With this new computer, I can't say anything. Okay, there we go. Good evening. I'm attorney Catherine Henry, and I'm coming to you quite exhausted on a Wednesday? On a Wednesday evening. Just wanted to give you some updates because I think it's been a few days since I've been on here, and I wanted to, number one, let you know that I'm still here, still working hard for you. And number two, just wanted to kind of give you some updates about what it is that I've been working on for you. So this is going to be a mini update with another shorter one to follow, and then tomorrow probably, and then probably Saturday and Sunday, a little bit longer ones that go into a bit more detail, with the last one of the week being one where there'll be time for question and answer. So the biggest thing that I've been working on these last several days is actually a brief for the Michigan Supreme Court. This time it's because the United States District Court, so our federal court, had a case filed in it. The named plaintiff is Midwest Institute of Health, doing business as Grant Health Partners. They, along with a few other named plaintiffs, sued the governor, I believe the attorney general, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, and one other. At any rate, the main name of the case is Midwest Institute of Health versus Governor Whitmer. And again, that case was filed in the United States District Court in the Western District of Michigan Southern Division. The court file number with the federal court is 20-CV-414, in case you wanted to look that up. And the Michigan Supreme Court file number is 161492. So the brief that I filed is another amicus brief in this case. And this one, it's a little bit different than the last ones that I've talked about filing, because in this case, it's not the parties that they're appealing to the Supreme Court, so they're the ones kind of framing what the issues are. In this instance, it is the federal district court that actually certified two questions to be specifically answered by the Michigan Supreme Court before the federal district court could go ahead and finish its case. And basically the thought process behind that is the federal district court doesn't want to answer the questions related to U.S. constitutional issues if they think that they can decide the case based on state statute or state constitutional issues alone. I totally disagree with that, because we have a premise in Article 6 of our U.S. Constitution that says the United States Supreme Court is the supreme law of the land. And we have a case, Marbury versus Madison. Oh, Mike, we promised people. Here, come on over. Mike, babe, you gotta come over. We promised our favorite restaurant owner. Yep. Mike's coming on over, that we would have Mike on camera for the next Facebook Live. Babe, you gotta say hi.
Hello.
We're exhausted. But we've been working hard for you. So, at any rate, so this is my handsome husband, in case you wanted to know what he looks like. But at any rate, the brief focuses on, at least from my perspective, that concept that when it boils down to, when you look at everything, the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. And to the extent you might ever have a state constitution that goes against the U.S. Constitution wins hands down, period. To the extent you have a state statute or an executive order that goes against what the US Constitution or the state constitution says, that state statute, it's like it doesn't even exist. That executive order, it's like it doesn't even exist. If those go against the Constitution, the state or federal Constitution, they're void on their face. They're unenforceable. And we don't need a judge to tell us that in order to go and exercise our rights. Those rights are given to us by God. They're guaranteed to us in the US and Michigan constitutions. And those constitutions trump over everything else that's out there. There's not a single state law in the books that can trump the Constitution. Not the 1945 statute, not the 1976, none of them. So it's about time we remind our government officials of that. The governor, the attorney general, any law enforcement officers or prosecuting attorneys who think that they are going to prosecute people for violating these executive orders. So, a lot more detail will come later about that. I just wanted to do a very short video to tell you about the brief that I was filing today. I am working on getting a link up for you guys so you can actually see the documents yourselves. Certainly by tomorrow you can just go to the website, go to the what is it, documents? I want to say it's resources and then documents drafted by Catherine. But if you go to the website tomorrow, restorefreedommi.com, you'll be able to see that, see the brief, see the exhibits that I filed, and the motion that goes with it. And that was filed with the Michigan Supreme Court today. And also we'll begin working with an attorney down in Tennessee on some issues, hopefully to bring right in front of the Michigan Supreme Court. A little bit more direct fashion, but we'll get you some details on that. Also wanted to let you know that we are working on getting some yard signs and some car magnets and little informational flyers. What was the other? T-shirts. What else, babe? Was there something else? Oh, yeah, well, little stickers that say, I signed the Restore Freedom Initiative constitutional amendment petition. So we were working on getting those, getting a sampling of those ordered tonight so that we could get those in and see what works and what's affordable and what makes sense. And as soon as we find ones that work, we will go ahead and at whatever cost they are, we will go ahead and offer those at cost to all of you, because it's not about making money. You guys know how to donate if you would like to do that. What it would be about is making sure we spread the word about the Restore Freedom Initiative and the work that we're here to do, the constitutional amendment petition that we're here fighting for. So that those products are being ordered, and we'll have more information about that soon. All right. The only comment I see, or question I guess I should say, that I see is regarding the recall. I would just want to remind you guys that that's not my petition, so I'm not the official source of information on that. What I can tell you is that almost a week ago Friday, there was recall language that was approved by the Board of State Canvassers, 2 sets of recall language, both recalling the governor. Of course, she has 10 days from last Friday to decide to appeal, which she'll do. She'll take the full 10 days. And then from that point on, there's 40 days that she has, that the Court of Appeals has to decide whether they're going to basically hear that appeal or just kind of let it fizzle out. So we can expect that the way the governor and the Court of Appeals has acted on this, that it's basically 50 days of just waiting around time from last Friday. So whatever date that would be, very close to the dates that I had given you guys about a week and a half ago when I did a video on that. When I talked about the 3 petitions, I gave you a starting point of actually filing a starting point of August 3rd, but their petition was filed probably 3 weeks or so before that. But the petition language, the recall language that had been submitted previously by Chad Bossy, he subsequently withdrew that language. So that's not because of the governor. So as much as I'd like to blame the governor for everything, that's actually one thing that she's not responsible for. So that language was pulled by Chad, and my understanding is that he's also submitted language for an additional set of recall language against her, and then the lieutenant governor, the secretary of state, and the attorney general. I have not seen that language though. And I want to say I did briefly see the language of the two petitions that were approved against Governor Whitmer last Friday. I want to say the language is very simple and straightforward, clear and factual, and it looked like it was good with that in mind. So, at any rate, keep in mind, no matter what the governor does, no matter what the legislature does, no matter what law is on the books, no matter what executive order comes out, if it doesn't comply with the terms and the restrictions written right into our US or Michigan constitutions, then it's like it doesn't even exist. And that's exactly what has happened here in Michigan. More details will be coming on that later on, tomorrow and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. Oh, and we decided to do another round of ministry garage sale and signing location, signing event here in Hudsonville at home base. So 7194 Michael Drive in Hudsonville. Maybe by some point tomorrow afternoon, I'll be up and running again, but at least Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So please stop by, check it all out. We have a ton of my prior ministry stuff that we need to sell, so we can have room for that stuff to be out of here, and have workspaces down in the basement for all the volunteers that we need in place to do verifications. So, all right. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and make sure to tune in tomorrow to get more information on the brief and on the relationship between executive orders and our Constitution. Have a great night, guys.